What's going on, guys? This is Chandler Smith, and a couple months back I got the privilege of making a video with the Meet Kevin. Now, he came to Idaho where I live and we walked through all of my properties, and now overall the response was awesome. All right, tons of people viewed the video. However, even though we had this great response, we definitely had a lot of negative feedback on the video. They said that I was a savage, a slumlord, a scumbag, a snake, all kinds of these mean things because they didn't think it was right that I should go in, buy a property, and raise people's rents. Now, right off the bat, I was super offended. I got defensive. I responded to all of their comments and said, hey, I provide people with a place to live. It's not like I'm charging them way above the market. I'm charging them what the market rents are. I just got lucky to find a property that was under rented and I upped it to where it should have been, to the rents that were fair. I was so frustrated and hurt that people thought I was this savage of a human for doing this. Now, once I had a minute to sit back and think about it, I thought, you know what? It does suck to be a tenant. You get stuck with all these fees. They can randomly up your rents at the end of your lease. It's super frustrating to be a tenant. And so for me, I decided, you know what? I want to create a video that shows tenants how they can screw their landlord. I'm sure a ton of people are saying, Chandler, you are a landlord. You make a ton of money being a landlord. What advantage does that have to you? First of all, there's no way in heck all of the tenants in the world are going to watch this video. And there's definitely no way that they're going to apply it. But if they do all watch it, here's the deal. I'll be a famous YouTuber. So I'm gonna be good either way. Now, I'm joking, but really I want to show you every single step that you can take so that you can not only screw over your landlord, but help set you up for your future in a huge way. So let's jump into it. Now, to explain this, I'm gonna use one of my rental properties and another property that's for sale right here in Idaho Falls, Idaho, where I live. And I'm gonna show step by step how one of my tenants could totally screw me over and set themselves up. And to do it, I literally am going to use all of the numbers that I have from my rental property and from a condo that's right here in our current market. Now, if I was a tenant renting in Idaho from me, I would first look at my current expenses. So an average tenant staying in one of my properties is renting a 2-bedroom apartment. Now, in this 2-bedroom apartment, it's about 900 square feet. It has 1 bathroom, and a tenant would be paying about $850 a month. We make more than that every month because of late fee charges, pet deposits, a startup fees or an application fee, all these different things that we charge along the way. So we're gonna say on average, the average tenant ends up right around $900 a month. Now, with that being said, even at $850 a month, these numbers are still going to work incredible to screw over your landlord. But we're gonna run it right at $900 because that's probably realistic when you look at all of the other fees that you're paying. Now, most landlords are charging first and last month's rent or something for the deposit. For this deposit, we're just going to say 1 month's rent. So your deposit, $850 on the deposit side of things. Now, I included the lawn care as another one of those potential fees, but you've got your electric, your gas, all of the other utilities that I'm not gonna include in this video because they're just something that you have to pay, not that you're paying me. I could take this scenario and make it work in every single market. Because if your rents are higher, then so is going to be the cost of living if you were going to purchase property on your own. And that's what we're going to do to teach you how to screw over your landlord. I'm gonna show you how you can no longer rent, but you can get into a home of your own, completely leave them in the dust, and put yourself in a situation where you are spending way less and getting way, way more. So the first thing I would do if I was renting is I would say, all right, I wanna find a place to live that is comparable to where I've been living. So first thing I did is I hopped on Zillow and I found this property. Now, this condo is listed at $98,500. You're upgrading to 2 bathrooms instead of 1. You're also getting an extra 100 square feet. And you can see from the pictures, this isn't a garbage place. It's got nice bedrooms, a nice living room, a nice kitchen. And to top it all off, it's gonna be yours. You're gonna own it. So you're gonna paint it, style it, do whatever you want with it the way that you want without hearing from your landlord. Now, I know a lot of you are saying, whoa, whoa, whoa. We just went through my numbers. I'm paying $850 a month. I don't have $98,000, all right? I understand where you're coming from, just stick with me. And in the meantime, push that like button because I promise you're gonna like what I'm gonna say next. It is listed for $98,500, but that's not what you're gonna be paying every month. As a matter of fact, you can get an FHA loan that's going to save you a ton of money, and I'm gonna show you how in my other video if you wanna check that out. But in the meantime, stay with me on this. You can scroll down on Zillow. Right away, you're gonna see this estimated monthly cost. And as you can see, that estimated monthly cost is at $721. Now, I'm no genius, but that's a heck of a lot cheaper monthly than the $900 you're probably spending on the unit that you're renting. So I wanna show you exactly how we're getting to that number so that you can do the same and screw over your landlord. So if you click on the principal and interest tab, right away you're gonna see this $98,500. Now, to run these numbers, I plugged in a 3.5% down payment. Now, a lot of people freak out because they're like, oh, I don't have money for a big 20% down. Here's the deal. If you go get an FHA loan, which most of you should be able to do, you can purchase a property with only 3.5% down. This means for this property, you would only need to come up with $3,448. Now, this is a very small amount of money when it comes to being able to screw over your landlord, because if you take into consideration the $850 plus deposit and another $850 for first month's rent. And guess what? When you buy a property, you're not gonna need to come up with first month's rent. So you plug those together, you're almost already there. You should be able to save at least a little bit more, and you're not gonna have to make your first monthly payment on your mortgage until a month down the road, unlike when you rent from someone. So right away, you should be able to cover the down. Here's a little life hack for you. Find a couple realtors in your area. Find the property on the MLS that you want, that you think you could also negotiate down on. Go to the realtor and say, here's the deal. I'm gonna use whoever will kick back a % of their commissions. I have the property, I know what I want, kick it back to me, and we're good to go, we can run this deal. You will be shocked at how many realtors will be willing to do that for you. So there's one little life hack you could use to actually come out ahead on your down payment. So that's where we're getting these numbers for that $454 a month going towards principal and interest. Next, you see this mortgage insurance. That's an extra $78. That's because you're doing the lower down. So if you have the money for a higher down, by all means do that and you won't have to pay this. But an extra $78 a month is not that big of a deal. So that's also added into this $721. That's so that you can get a property with only using that 3.5% down. The next one here is your property taxes. Ballpark, you're looking at that $65 a month. Now you've got your home insurance. Here's the deal. A lot of you are saying, oh, I don't want to pay a home insurance. You're already having to pay renter's insurance. I know I make my tenants pay it, so you're probably paying it as well. So here's another place for you to totally screw over your landlord, is it's probably not gonna be that much more, and that's another expense you're already paying, but we're including it in your estimated cost. So that's where that $34 a month is coming from. And finally, you've got your $90 a month HOA fee. Now, if you're renting for a lot, then you probably won't have an HOA fee because you could buy a home in an area without an HOA. But with this condo, what's really cool about this HOA is you've just transitioned from renting. So now you don't have to worry about expenses on your roof, on the exterior of your place, on the maintenance of the lawn. All of that stuff is covered by this HOA fee. So it's another great way to screw over your landlord and still get all of the advantages of renting with not having to worry about stuff. As a matter of fact, some of you out there are saying, hey, my landlord makes me mow my lawn. Well, now you don't have to, and it's included in your estimated monthly cost, which is coming in at only $721. Now, down here at the bottom, you can see the utilities tab. It's not included because your utilities at wherever you're renting are probably gonna be about the same wherever you're owning. So it's not changing the numbers. This is where it gets really exciting because as you can see, now you're only paying $721 a month. In comparison to the $850 a month you were paying with your landlord, and when you add in all the extra fees that I know your landlord is charging, we're saying you were paying about $900 a month to rent. That ends up being a difference of $179 a month. That's $2,148 a year that you get to stick it to your landlord that you are saving just in the difference of your monthly payment. Now, I know some of you are saying, all right, so I got an extra $2,000. That's not bad. I mean, I screwed over my landlord pretty good. Heck, I'm sure some of that's gonna go back into the property, but I'll take it. $2,000, what a deal. That is just a fraction of the savings that you get. As a lot of you will remember, in the little portion we showed you earlier, it said principal and interest. Well, here's the deal. Principal means that is going towards paying off your property. It's actually going into the property as a savings account. In your first year, you're gonna average $139 of principal pay down every single month. That's $1,668 every single year that you are putting into the savings account that is your property. Every single year, that's gonna get bigger and bigger. But we're just gonna use this first year principal pay down in our math. Now we get to talk about the most exciting part, and that is the actual appreciation on the property. Now, a lot of you have heard that appreciation is about 5% on average. Now, it depends on your market. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. Here in Idaho this year, we had over a 17% appreciation on home values. And what's so cool is it doesn't matter how much money you have as a down payment, you're getting that appreciation on the total value of the home. So if you would have owned this condo this year, that would have meant right around $17,000 in 1 year, you got an added value to the property. Now, we're not gonna be extreme and do the 17%. We're going to say we just run appreciation at a 5% every year. That leaves you making $4,925 just in appreciation. So first off, we're gonna take the difference between renting and now your new monthly payment, which ends up being $2,148 that you're saving every single year. Then we're gonna go down to your principal pay down of $139 a month that's going into that savings account that is your home. That ends up being $1,668 that you are getting every single year in principal pay down. And finally, if we go down and stay conservative with only our 5% appreciation on the home, that's gonna be $4,925 that you're getting in appreciation. When we add all of these together, that ends up giving you $8,741 every single year that you are saving by owning in comparison to renting. And here's what's great. Every year, the principal pay down and the appreciation are increasing because your home value is getting larger, which means the appreciation percentage is gonna be bigger on whatever the home was from the previous year. You're also paying more down in principal, and you're probably saving because your landlord most likely would have bumped rents on you, where you are on a 30-year fixed mortgage. So you're not gonna have that increase. That means if we take the math and add up your $900 a month, that you would have been paying renting, which would add up to $10,200 a year, not only are you not paying that, but you end up saving $8,741. You've saved enough to almost pay for a whole nother year of renting, purely because you were smart enough to screw over your landlord and go buy a place for yourself. So if you want to call me a snake, or say I'm a savage, or that I have no soul, or that I'm a slumlord, knock yourself out. Because here's the deal. It is so easy for you to screw over your landlord. If you'll just follow these steps, whether I'm your landlord or it's somebody else, you can totally screw them over and hook yourself up by going and getting a place of your own that now you've got ownership over, that you're gaining equity in every single year, and that you're probably gonna take better care of because it's yours. And on top of all of that, you've got something that you really care about, that you can raise your family in, that you can enjoy for yourself without ever having to deal with a landlord again. Now, if you guys enjoyed the video, push the like button and subscribe to the channel so that I can help you to create a huge passive income for yourself. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great day.